Welcome back to another video. Today's review is focused on Netflix documentary entitled My Daughter's Killer. And the official synopsis of this documentary is: a father fights for decades to bring his daughter's killer to justice in France and Germany before taking extreme measures. A true crime documentary. And before I give out my review, please like the video, subscribe or comment, or just watch the video and keep going on with your day. I would say this was another interesting Netflix documentary, as it just talks about a father's determination to make sure that his daughter's killers get brought to justice in many ways. This documentary focuses on the death of teenager Kalinka Bambersky, who was killed back in the 1980s by Dieter Krumbach in a horrific way. And it just talks about how the father, Andrei Bambersky, fought for over 30 years, going through many different twists and turns to make sure that Dieter Krumbach finally was brought down to justice. I would say the first thing that I enjoyed about this documentary was the timeline and how well it was paced out, as this documentary is less than 90 minutes, and I think it does a good job with just telling the whole story in that time frame and just explaining what happened with this case and just explaining how this father, Andrei Bambersky, never gave up. And sometimes when it comes to just dealing with cold cases, when the police isn't doing enough, sometimes you have to do what you have to do when it comes to taking extreme measures. And that is exactly what he did in this documentary by kidnapping the perpetrator and him and his associates, just making this guy suffer for quite a bit before it was time for the trial. This documentary also had a lot of different interviews in here from the father himself, from nurses, police officers, journalists, investigators. It had a lot of different interviews just talking about people that have worked on the case or just giving out their own opinion about how crazy this case is, as this case is truly disturbing, as Dieter Krumbach was truly a horrible individual, as he had assaulted many of different people. He even assaulted his own wife by sedating her, drugging her, and then while she was just knocked out, just assaulting her in many ways. He was a truly horrible individual, but thankfully this guy is on a well-deserved t-shirt, as he did die back in 2020. And the fact that this man was able to evade justice for so long, he did go to jail a few different times, but it was always on a technicality that he would just be able to get out for different reasons. And it was really crazy. It was really sad, in my opinion, that this man had to fight for over 30 years to finally get justice for his daughter, and how a lot of people never believed that this doctor was truly evil, was truly reprehensible, was truly responsible for these horrible actions that he was accused of. I think this documentary just does a good job with just showing why sometimes you have to do whatever is necessary to get the job done, even if it means just getting in trouble your own self. I really did not have much to say about it. I felt like this was a nice documentary, in my opinion. I would say the only thing that I wish this documentary did a lot more of was just talking about the daughter itself. As they talk about the daughter throughout this documentary, only talking about her crime though, just talking about what happened to her. I wish this documentary talked a lot more about Kalinka Bambersky, the person, the kid, the teenager that she was, as I think it would have been nice if the father was able to talk about how much he missed her, how much he always loves her, he remembers her, and maybe just a nice dedication segment towards her by the end of the documentary. That's all. But I would say, despite that though, this was a nice documentary. I didn't have that many issues with it. I would say my rating for this documentary is 3.5 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.